So waiting for the red light. Grid start, 8 laps, good clean start. Down to the first corner. No problems so far. Conrad Clark making up some good round and trying to go too wide into turn 1. So far, clean, quick, and good performance as they head around the back part of the track through the infield. So it's still Hendy Cox and Ngātaua. Oh, down the inside. Hendy Cox just broke it up. Ngātaua's ducked down the inside.
That'll be handy for Caleb. He's been in a few lucky situations like that before this championship, inheriting the lead there. So he'll be happy with that. He's trying to further extend this lead. I spoke to him before the race. He was feeling quite confident that he could get another win.
So just locking up coming into turn 5, it allowed one of the other drivers to duck down the inside. So it's all about that. It's a really boring saying, but for all the drivers, smooth is fast, and it does work because the better are some of them just getting a little bit wide coming around turn 9. They would have been told about that during the driver briefings as they come up to the big loop. Hendy Cox trying to regain some space, takes a dive down the inside, gets it done. Chris Simon trying to do the crisscross, come back. Now they'll take that defensive line down the inside of the straight to hold the inside line into the corner, which comes at the end of 830 metres. Chris Simon's got the draft. Also making a draft, Amy Smith coming down to the chase. This is where you've got to be smooth and clean on the brakes. So you can go from P1 back to P4 in the length of a straight, which is why the Formula First is such a very exciting championship. So cross the line. It's Ngātaua, Simon, Hendy Cox, Foster, Clark, Crawley, Smith further back down the field.
Yeah, as you're saying, Clint, it's close racing in Formula First. We've got a group of 5 up the front there, all battling for the lead. It's good to see Speed Sport Scholarship winner Conrad Clark move up a few positions there into 5th now, just behind Liam Foster. Unfortunately, Amy Smith has dropped back to about 7th there after starting a very impressive 4th.
She's been swamped by some of the other drivers taking advantage of the ability of these cars to draft. So 8 laps. It's going to be a key now for Caleb Ngātaua, who currently leads the series, to maintain that advantage.
Yeah, Reece Hendercox is right on the back of Chris Simon now. They're closing up to Caleb too, so look for a move down the end of the straight at the end of this lap.
Callum Crawley currently 2nd in the championship, 367 points. Liam Foster 3rd, 333. And they've all got slightly different cars. The actual makes of the cars, are they, if you look at, you've got the LVs, you've got Saturn, Sabres, Challenge, Harpoon, Raceworks, so bit of variety of what the race teams is, or what?
Yeah, there's lots of different chassis out there. Obviously the LV and the Challengers are the most populous one out there on the grid. Sabre's got about 4 cars out there, I believe, and then we've sort of got the one-offs of the Harpoon, the Raceworks, and the Saturns, all out there representing their marks.
Another fantastic battle for the lead going on. It's going to be 3 wide coming down the long straight into the chase. Simon Hendy Cox comes charging straight through the middle, and he nails both Ngātaua and Simon, who had their own battle at the start of the straight. Hendy Cox got the draft and just slipped straight up the inside line. Good skills, great driving.
That's an impressive move there by Reece. Chris Simon has been the benchmark for breaking into the chase there, and to outbreak him like that, that's a stellar effort. And
he also has a very good history around this particular track. The racer out of Palmerston North, the teacher. Ironically, we talked about him. He said he's quicker here at Taupo than what he is at his home track, so go figure. He can't. That's a great little corner. They're thinking about calling that one the slider, which is turn 4, then you go into turn 5, which is like a slider because you really are sliding over those ripple strips and you're holding on to the car as you dive down into the brakes into turn 5. And you're coming up all that lovely roller coaster speed from turn 1 through that sort of dipper where you're sort of basically like a little corkscrew, just roll it through the lovely cambered infield here at the Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. So that nice little turn 4 and 5, it's almost like a double turn in a turn, really. And you get little short straight, so plenty for the drivers to hang on to. Let's see what they do as they go around the loop again, because this is where the drafting comes in. So watch their speed going in and also the different racing lines. Who goes out wide, who tries to duck down the inside. Conrad Clark doing a good job. Double Apex sort of tightens it up through there.
Yeah, there's a lot of lines through that corner there. Lots of different drivers have different opinions as to what's fastest. But at the end of the day, if you win the race, who really cares?
So Hendy Cox has been doing the defending. You can't move him out too wide because Ngātoa trying to take the outside line. He's going to get the job done as they go into the chase. They're going to be doing this all day, which makes this very exciting motorsport where these young drivers learn how to draft and pass. Get your speed up. 3 laps.
And while it's been happening, I see Conrad Clark's moved up into 4th place there. And there's a little bit of a battle pack emerging there with himself, Liam Foster and Callum Crawley for the battle for 4th there.
What's the background behind Callum Crawley?
Callum Crawley, he is out of Palmerston North too, so there's a lot of drivers from Palmerston North here. He ran with Sabre Motorsport last year to 2nd in the Rookie Championship, I believe. And this year he's purchased Bramwell King's Championship car from last year, and he's running out there with his family team, sponsored by ARB and Autocraft, 4x4 accessories.
When it comes past next, there's a car at the back of the field. We'll talk about some of the other drivers back down the field. Is it missing something? The orange one.
The orange one? The one that looks like it's got a rig on the back of it?
Yeah. What's it missing?
So that's Sean Logan there, one of the Formula Challenge cars. He's not missing anything. He's I think they're trialling a new rear wing on that car. I haven't actually spoken to them this weekend about that little development there, but I think it might just be a bit of R&D going on.
Bit of racing and development.
Yeah.
Along with research and development.
Yep, that's the one.
So as they come now, look at this, further back down the field, great battle developing from some of the other drivers who are all getting their chance to learn the skills as well. Give them 2 wide.
Dave Scammell and Louis Redshaw there. Billy Fraser on the inside of Redshaw now.
So what's their level of experience and where they've come from? What, mostly out of karting?
A lot of the young ones are straight out of karting. Louis Redshaw is a mini stock racer at Palmerston North there. But most of the guys have stepped up from karts either this year or the season before.
4 laps gone, and look at this, about the 4th lead change we've had. Chris Simon now in the green machine. He's now taken advantage of that drafting spot down the end of the back straight, got the job done. He's grabbed the lead back from Caleb Ngātoa. Reese Hendy Cox is still right in there, the boy from Edgecombe, from Bay of Plenty, from Whakatane. So these 3 are going to be having their own little wee private battle. The next 3 are really closing in too, led by Conrad Clark, Callum Crawley, and as you say, a lot of motor races coming out of Palmerston North because of the popularity of the Winter Series.
Yeah, so the Manfield, Manawatu Car Club runs the very popular Manfield Winter Series, and Formula First has their own class here, the Formula First Cup, and it's a perfect opportunity, and a lot of the drivers utilise it as their pre-season sort of testing. You get 3 races in a weekend plus 6 or 7 test sessions on a Saturday, so it's perfect.
And great for these young kids because you're getting out of a go-kart into a large go-kart before you go into a large go. Oh!
Caleb Ngātoa
Just kept it on the road, almost got a little bit loose. Just going into the exit, into the entry to turn 9. That could have been a disastrous moment for him, but he held on to it, which is good.
Yeah, we've got a big train forming at the back here with
Blake Evans, Travis Day, Taylor Hurst, Evans, Sudiono, Hawley, Greenwood, Redshaw, Fraser.
It looks like a few of the guys are missing off our live timing monitor there, and we've gone 4 wide nearly through there. Dave Scammell's picked up a few spots. Alex Hawley, Billy Fraser running 2 wide now out of the exit onto the straight, sorry.
It's still Chris Simon out in front. Remember, this race, 8 laps, so we've hit the halfway mark. We're now heading towards the exciting 3-lap dash without the cash.
Oh, Alex Hawley's gone way too hot into the chase there.
Well, 2 of them
so
onto the
too,
grass.
Sean Logan.
They'll let the other guys go past before they slip back into the field. Now here's this car. Check out this. Have a look at that.
Number 21.
It's got a different looking front to it.
Oh, sorry. The Scorpion car. Yes, so Scorpion race cars have taken a radical development style there. They actually had that's the Scorpion 02. So they had the Scorpion 01, and that ran reasonably successfully with Elliot Andrew at the wheel. This season, Cameron Dance is piloting their new car. They had a few teething issues at round 1, but I think they're getting those sorted, and they are moving up the field. They're making progress. It is a brand new car, and it's something the class
is just coming into the shot behind these other cars, having a fantastic battle now. You'll see a totally different front to this Scorpion. So further down, this is the really good battle. Number, who was that? Callum Crawley, 77.
Cameron Dance in the Scorpion car, number 92, the orange one.
How's Blake Evans going, number 16? He'd be in the middle of that pack there. Chris Simon still out in front. Hendy Cox has got up to second. And now Conrad Clark's coming under pressure from, is that Callum Crawley, 79? He's grabbed him, so he's been passed under the drafting. Liam Foster.
He was quite behind now. Conrad's pulling out for a draft. See a late braking manoeuvre at the end of the straight here.
So they'll set him up for the draft, try and duck down the inside. Chris Simon showing all his experience here, why he's had some wins on this track before, and he's managing to keep Caleb Natar and Reese Hendy Cox back behind the pack at the moment. Hendy Cox just sniffing, so 6 laps, 2 to go. Who's going to position themselves for the last lap drafting change of position, trying to move up through the field?
It's going to be a close one, Clint. It's almost impossible to tell with these guys. It all comes down to the draft and who positions themselves the best. And Chris Simon looks like he's quite comfortable in the lead at the moment, so he could be hard to beat.
So Craig Greenwood, car number 22, he's got this big pile of young guys behind him. So he's one of the oldest guys in the field. He's 52, so he's 50 plus. Runs the Formula Challenge out here at Taupo at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. So he'll be loving this challenge, because this is the other great thing about Formula First. Oh! Just about jumped onto the back of him. Caleb Natar says, what's going on? Chris Simon says, well, you can't ride me, buddy.
Yeah, that was a big moment there for Caleb. Potentially championship changing stuff. He won't want that happening to him now. He's got a comfortable lead in the championship, but Chris Simons is on a charge, and he'll be a big threat towards the end of the series.
So Hendy Cox Smith has actually made the charge and made the pass without the drafting around through the infield. So he snuck up on both of them. And while Conrad Clark is holding off the challenge of Crawley and Foster. So it's a 3-way battle for the lead and a 3-way battle right behind the podium races. So now Hendy Cox will move over. He'll take that defensive line into the chase, and he's basically saying to the other guys, if you want to pass me, you're going to have to go round. Although, has he opened up the door here for Chris Simon? He has. Oh, he's miscalculated. He's gone too wide.
That's a classic move by Chris Simon there. He's had a lot of practice at doing that over the years, racing at Taupo. He's almost unbeatable through the chase there under brakes.
So this will be the last lap. 7-1 to go now. So who's going to play the positioning game? It's cat and mouse out in the front. Chris Simon, Caleb Natar. He's the series leader. Reese Hendy Cox started on pole. So you've got the older guy that's had a win here, the pole setter, the championship leader. Then you've got second and third of the championship right behind in the next little battle pack.
Yeah, it's looking quite close. It almost looks like Chris Simons is holding those two up there behind him to get some strategy going on there. But Callum Crawley's made a little bit of a break there, out for 4th position over Conrad Clark and Liam Foster. Liam Foster's 3rd in the championship, so he'll be wanting to make some points on Crawley. And last round he drove a fantastic race to move
right let's take a look at their entrance into turn 9 and 10, because this is all about setting it up for the drafting down the end of the straight. It's where you go into and the start of the straight. So it's Chris Simon, he's going to go out wide. Hendy Cox Smith's trying to go down the inside. Caleb Natar is going to try and just slip him behind and get the draft. So now let's see who moves down the inside. And is Simon too far out for the other guys to get the effect of the draft? Hendy Cox is trying to go out wide. Natar's too far away. Hendy Cox has got the speed. Simon's holding the inside line. Here comes Caleb. Down into the chase. Hendy Cox goes out wide and slips in. Takes the lead. 2 corners to go. Chris Simon's going to try and come back. But Hendy Cox, he started from pole, gets the last lap pass, takes the checkered flag. Great racing, good skills, That's what Formula First is all about. Chris Simon coming home second, Caleb Nartoa third. Conrad Clark got up for fourth, ahead of Crawley and then Liam Foster. So that will be a change in the championship, and will be certainly good for Caleb Nartoa to maintain some good points in third place. But a chance for Endicott Smith, who was in fourth place, to actually move up.
Yeah, he certainly would have made a few points on Liam Foster there. I know he'll be looking for a top 3 in the championship. Will Reece Hendercox and even the win maybe.